can give me. All that I need is a simple life. I don't need no problems.
So that's where I'll call in, and it sits on that side. So this is my awkward position for the morning. I'm not in a bucket, but I'm resting my head on a bucket because we had a short last night. So I had a big like fright. An alarm went off, and it's a very random, weird situation. So I've got to disconnect the wires. And there's also the cabling for the ignition for the engine. And I'm waiting for a call from Christo. He's out of the country for work, and I send him photos. So he's gonna tell me what I need to disconnect so it doesn't happen again. It's like 1, 2, 3, all these labels and shit. I don't know what to do. In the meantime, this is my view. At least it's sunny. It could be worse. Take this off. I might need 2 hands. Cool. And then there should be a fuse inside. Can't get it to focus. That I need to disconnect. And it should not alarm. I've got to do something else. I'm looking for a number 13 spanner. And I've got to disconnect other wiring apparently. 15, that's not bad. First, 13. Okay.
There are a few things that contributed to the engine's death. One is it's old. It's not that old, but it's 20 odd years old, 25 years old. And although it's low in hours, it's just not young. Then recently we had a false alarm where the oil alarm randomly came on. The engine's not running, the ignition is off, but the oil alarm came on. So how that works is when you switch on the ignition, the oil obviously is not being pumped because the engine is not running. So therefore the sensor in the engine will pick up that the oil pressure is too low and the alarm will come on. The moment the engine is running, the oil pressure will pick up and the alarm will go off. So it beeps the moment you turn on the ignition. When you start it, it goes out. And the same in reverse if you killed it. So now with the ignition off, the alarm just came on, which is really weird. You couldn't make it up. And I still have to get my head around it. But the point is, it gave a false alarm, even with the ignition off. So there's something fishy in there. Before we left, before our departure, I changed the oil. So there's like 3 liters of oil in the engine, recently changed, and we were motoring into the wind for like 3 hours, maybe even less than 3 hours. And after that, after about 3 hours, the oil light started to almost come on, and the alarm started to almost beep. But then when I wiggle the key in the ignition, it would stop. And then eventually the alarm came on, but if you wiggle the key, it would go off again. So obviously this engine's full of oil, that's fine. And the alarm has already shown itself to be funny, which we thought was fixed, but it's not fixed. And if you wiggle the key in the ignition, the alarm goes off. So I thought, cool, let's carry on. There's oil in it, and I mean, it's clearly a false alarm. And that continued for probably another hour, and then the engine lost power, and I killed it, and I started again, and it had no power. It didn't want to pick up revs, and it didn't want to idle at all. Then I went downstairs to check the oil, and there's nothing. The dipstick's dry. So it had lost its oil sort of catastrophically in a matter of hours, which is really strange. We can't figure out where the oil went to. There's not much oil in the bilge. It could have gone through the exhaust, could have through the cooling system, or through the exhaust gases. We don't know yet, but when I filled it up with oil again and restarted the engine, it had some nasty knocks and no power. So you could hear it's destroyed. This engine is really just, it needs to be overhauled. Probably bearings, I would imagine, crankshaft and conrods and rings and probably bore or re-sleeve it. I don't know, but it's knackered, and that's where we are now.
Cool, so it's all of us here in the lagoon. They came to collect us because we have no engine. The dinghy's getting towed at the back. And we even got in a little photo shoot with these guys just before we got picked up. They are from Knysna Tourism. So we're going into the yard. They're going to take the engine out. And then we might stay in the marina for a couple of weeks with no engine.
This halyard. First we're going to tension it so it's a little bit higher, and I'm going to deviate it just with an extra cord to sit here. So the force will be pulling like this, and then the load goes onto the halyard and onto the engine.
Can you see it? Coming like you know. Doesn't matter where you go. Do you still give it all you can? Doesn't matter where you end. 'Cause I'm trying and I'm questioning in my mind the unanswered feeling. You can let it grow. Doesn't matter where you go. Woke up from a dream, eyes open to see what's in front of me. Not what you said, you said, you said. I've made my mistakes, but I'm not gonna break. I'm turning the page in my head, my head, my head.
Old engine is out. We need to clean the engine room to prep it for the new engine, and that's where we are now.
Can you see it? Coming like you know. Doesn't matter where you go. Do you still give it all you can?
And in the meantime, we're really enjoying the comforts of the marina, getting some work done and entertaining ourselves while we wait for our brand new engine to be delivered.
You can let it grow. Doesn't matter